The 2022 MLB Home Run Derby might be the best home run derby we've ever seen. The lineup is absolutely insane. You've got Kyle Schwarber, Albert Pujols, Juan Soto, Jose Ramirez, Ronald Acuna Jr., the reigning two-time champ Pete Alonso, Corey Seager, and even Julio Rodriguez is in it. This home run derby has the chance to be the best home run derby we have ever seen. So of course, as I do every single year on this channel, I'm going to go ahead and give you my home run derby prediction as to who I think is going to win, because it really is just one of the most fun events of the baseball season. And I know, speaking for myself, I'm absolutely obsessed. But first, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings Sportsbook has the best app available for your sports betting needs. And with the baseball season in full swing, you got a lot of opportunities to get in on the action. Especially because DraftKings Sportsbook is giving all new customers a shot at turning $5 into $150 in free bets with 30-1 odds on any baseball team. Literally, they don't have to win. Now that's a grand slam. Of course, DraftKings Sportsbook has been a sponsor on this channel for a while now, and it's because it's the sportsbook that I personally use. I'm on there every day making my picks, trying to win big. And don't worry, if DraftKings Sportsbook isn't available in your state, DraftKings still has its daily fantasy contests that allow you to get the thrill of the baseball season every single day. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use promo code GiraffeNeckMarc. Throw down just $5 on any baseball team of your choosing and win back $150 in free bets no matter what. That's code GiraffeNeckMarc at DraftKings Sportsbook. And again, this is for new customers only. You get $150 in free bets if you are a new customer. Thank you to DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so here we go. MLB.com has the Home Run Derby Bracket Challenge. Pick the perfect T-Mobile Home Run Derby bracket and compete to win $100,000. You have until 5 minutes before the Home Run Derby on Monday to get your picks in. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and predict the 2022 MLB Home Run Derby. Let's go ahead and press enter bracket. And I know it says Kyle Schwarber first. I was just clicking around before and it ended up making this stuff weird. So we'll just click Pujols for the sake of conversation here. The first round is going to be between Kyle Schwarber and Albert Pujols. Kyle Schwarber, one of the best home run hitters in Major League Baseball. The dude has been scalding hot since June came around basically. And that left-hand swing, every single time he's been in the Home Run Derby, he's been one of my favorites. I think that Schwarber has the chance to be that guy. He's just so good. He's got that swing that makes you think like beer league softball. He just crushes balls, pulls them, quick, fast stroke. I think Kyle Schwarber has a chance to be, honestly, the favorite in this. And granted, he is the #1 seed, but I think that's only based off of how many home runs you currently have in the season. Albert Pujols, on the other hand, a legend, the GOAT, one of the best hitters I've ever seen in my lifetime. He crushes left-handed pitching. Interesting to see if Albert Pujols will go up against a left-handed pitcher in the Home Run Derby, because that's pretty much all he's hitting this year and last year is left-handed pitchers. Can Albert Pujols beat Kyle Schwarber? Sure, there's a world where Albert Pujols does win this, but to me, I just don't know how old man Albert can beat Kyle Schwarber, who's one of the best home run hitters in just all of baseball. In this competition, I think Kyle Schwarber, especially being the higher ranked seed, definitely gets a huge advantage, because when you are the favorite in the matchup, or the, I should say, higher ranked, lower ranked seed, because technically 1 is lower than 8, even though you're the higher seed, you only have to hit one more home run than the guy before you, which would be Albert Pujols. And I got to imagine Pujols is going to get a little bit tired. Dude doesn't run particularly well, and I know running isn't involved, but I can't imagine his stamina is that high. And with the new rules, I'm going to end up going Kyle Schwarber to beat Albert Pujols. I think Kyle Schwarber has a chance to really win this entire thing. The next matchup is between Juan Soto and Jose Ramirez. This one is awesome. A battle of the DR. Juan Soto, who quietly is having a phenomenal year. I know MLB The Show has him rated as like an 82, which is asinine, especially when you see a guy like Nico Horner ranked as like an 85. You wonder, like, who's doing these rankings? Who's doing these ratings? Juan Soto's still sick. I know his average is like down this year, but he still has a 400 on base percentage, still has right around 20 home runs on the year and an OPS at 900. He's one of the best hitters in the game. There's no doubt about it. And he's a guy who said he loves doing the Home Run Derby because he feels it helps get his swing right, and he credited that to his hot second half last year. So he was excited to do the Home Run Derby. He's a guy who wants to win it, and he's got that oppo power. I believe Soto said he wants to hit the longest opposite field home run in Derby history, which that's cool. Now he's going up against Jose Ramirez, who is also very good at hitting home runs, who is also one of the just straight up best hitters in all of Major League Baseball. Switch hitter. This is something, have we considered this? Have we seen a switch hitter recently in the new Home Run Derby rules? Because what if Jose Ramirez swings lefty for half? When he starts to get tired, he swings righty. I mean, he'll still be tired, but that could be an interesting advantage for Jose Ramirez. Whoa, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about the switch hitting capabilities that Jose Ramirez has. And that, oh man, do I want to make him the favorite over Juan Soto? I mean, there's a world where Jose Ramirez, who I feel like is just not necessarily as good of a home run hitter as Juan Soto, man, Can I look at their, I'm gonna look at their baseball savant average home run distances real quick. So Soto's average is 410. Ramirez is 388. Yeah, oh man, Jose Ramirez doesn't have a huge home run distance, and I believe his max is not even close to Soto's. 422 versus for Soto, 439. Ugh, as cool as I think the wrinkle of being a switch hitter could be in this, I'm going to go with Juan Soto. Sorry to be chalk, sorry to be boring. I think Juan Soto, for a guy who wanted to be in the home run derby, who's looking forward to it, I think he ends up winning. This next matchup's also so good. Corey Seager versus Julio Rodriguez. Corey Seager has been scalding hot recently. He's figured out the power stroke out in Texas. He's been one of the better shortstops in the league. And while, again, the average numbers are relatively down for where you expect to see Corey Seager, the dude has been hitting home runs like crazy. Ooh, Corey Seager's fun, a left-handed hitter. The dude he has a good stroke, and he's kind of ish coming home to Los Angeles to hit in Dodger Stadium. He definitely will be more comfortable hitting there than Julio Rodriguez. That being said, I love Julio Rodriguez. He's one of my favorite players in all of Major League Baseball right now. I was lucky enough to interview him as a 19-year-old all the way back in 2019, which is still probably the coolest interview I've ever had. The dude is such a nice guy, super talented as well on the field. He's a freak out there. He's a freak. He crushes baseballs. He's an incredible athlete. This one's really tough too. I might defer. I need a little more information. Let me see how they're hitting the baseballs for length this year. Seager an average of 401, max 435. Julio an average of 399, max 450. You know what? I think Corey Seager probably has a better chance, but Julio's my boy. I'm picking Julio to move on to the next round. Young star, I think he could get in there. The only thing is, he might get a little too excited, might be swinging too hard because he doesn't have the experience. He's 21 years old. Keep that in mind. But I want Julio to win, so I'm going to pick him. Now for the last and final one, might be a little bit of a biased pick here, but we got Pete Alonso going up against Ronald Acuna Jr. Pete Alonso, what do I have to tell you? Back-to-back home run derby champion, one in 2019, one in 2021. He might be one of the best guys we've ever seen in the home run derby, trying to join a club that has Ken Griffey Jr. as 3-time winners of the home run derby. He'd be doing it 3 times in a row as well, which would be pretty impressive. And I really do think Pete has a really good chance. What makes Pete different than a lot of these guys is when he gets tired, even at the beginning, he'll just take balls to right center field and hit them out like it's nothing, which I think is a huge advantage for a guy like him, especially being able to kind of be a little bit lazy and a little bit slow with the bat and still hit one out to right center. Like, that's crazy pop. He's got some of the craziest exit velos in baseball. Dude smokes it, and he's got the experience. He's a 2-time back-to-back home run derby winner. It's gonna be tough to beat Pete, especially when Ronald Acuna, who is phenomenal, by the way. I think if he went up against anybody else but Pete, he might honestly have a better shot. Maybe not Schwarber, but those first 2 guys would have been tough for him. Going up against Pete's going to be hard. While Ronald Acuna is awesome and great, I still think maybe with that knee, maybe he takes it a little bit more careful, just because you shouldn't get hurt swinging, and I don't want him to. I don't expect him to. But I think that the knee is playing a little bit into maybe why I don't think he'll be able to compete with Pete as much, as well as Pete has the advantage of hitting second, so he only has to hit 1 more than Ronald Acuna Jr. Both these guys hit towering shots. Ronald Acuna is just... his exit velos are crazy too. He's one of the best players in all of baseball. You know me, I'm a Mets fan. I have to pick Pete Alonso. If I didn't pick Pete Alonso, I think I'd be fired from the podcast. Pete's gonna be my guy, moving on to face Julio Rodriguez in the semifinals round 2. But I really do expect all of these to be really close. Like, these matchups are tight outside of Kyle Schwarber, Albert Pujols, but that's cool just because Pujols last season, legacy kind of thing. In round 2, we got the former teammates going up against each other. Kyle Schwarber versus Juan Soto. Again, both guys, big left-handed hitters with a lot of power in that bat. It's just, will Juan Soto be able to hit more home runs than Kyle Schwarber with that swing? I don't know. Kyle Schwarber is just so good. And if you remember back in 2018, Bryce Harper ended up winning it, but Kyle Schwarber finished in second, and he might have gotten a little bit gypped. He's going to hit further home runs too, and the distance does play into it. You do get extra time based on distance. Wow, this one's really tough. I want to pick Juan Soto because I think Juan Soto is cool and awesome and one of the cool young players in the game, one of the best in the game. But I don't know how I pick against Kyle Schwarber. I'm going Kyle Schwarber. I'm doing it. Okay, and then that leaves us with Julio Rodriguez versus Pete Alonso. And again, this one's so tough because I feel like where Julio Rodriguez is at right now in the league is very similar to when Ronald Acuna came in. Like, you can tell that this guy is going to be special. This guy's going to be sick. He's got crazy pop. He's got crazy athleticism. He's going to be an MVP for years and years to come. He will be one of the best players in the league, no doubt. Look at what he's done after the first month of the year. He's been spectacular. I'm glad he's in here. But can he beat Pete Alonso? I don't know. I really don't. Pete is so good at the home run derby, and I do think that opposite field power and the ability to hit 450-foot home runs just like that, even though Julio can as well. Oh, this is a really tough pick. I wish he didn't have to go up against Pete, because I would love to pick Julio, but he's going up against Pete. I'm a Mets fan. I'm biased. And Pete's also really good at the home run derby, which I don't think should be understated. He's really good, and Pete loves winning this. It's like a big pride thing for Pete Alonso to win the home run derby. Gonna be boring. I'm gonna go with Pete. Chalk. We have 1 and 2 facing each other, but I really do think, looking at this pool, Kyle Schwarber and Pete Alonso are the 2 favorites for a reason. They are the 2 best guys in this, and I expect them to meet in the finals. So in the finals, as we said, Kyle Schwarber versus Pete Alonso, National League East. By the way, a lot of National League East representatives here. Who am I going to pick? Okay, so on one hand, you got Kyle Schwarber, left-handed swing, beast, crushes baseballs, made for the home run derby, and then on the other hand, you have the home run derby king, Pete Alonso, who's going for his 3rd straight. I gotta look at stats, I gotta look at numbers. Give me the numbers to help me out here, because I really do think it's basically a toss-up. Schwarber, 468 max, 413, barrels the ball 12% of the time, max exit velo 114, average 93. He crushes baseballs. Alonso, 447, 401 average, so I do believe that's behind Schwarber, but he has higher max exit velo, lower average, lower barrels. But I know, watching Pete Alonso, that's because he tries to hit ground balls sometimes, just will take a single, so it's gonna hurt him. Oh, this is such a coin flip. I don't know what to do. Do I want to pick Pete? Man, this is so hard. I want to flip a coin. I have my decision made up in my head, but I want to see what the coin says. Weirdly enough, found a dime on my floor, so we'll be flipping a dime. Heads is gonna be Kyle Schwarber, tails is Pete Alonso. For the flip, the catch, the flip, and over. That's gonna be heads. We did say heads is Kyle Schwarber, and it really is a coin flip. And I'm not gonna lie, as much as I love Pete, I was leaning Kyle Schwarber. So do I trust the coin? Do I trust my gut? Or do I be a biased Mets fan and take Pete Alonso, even though he is the GOAT at home run derbies? Yeah, it's gonna be Kyle Schwarber. Oh man, Pete, I'm so sorry, Pete. Please, Pete, don't hate me because of this. Prove me wrong, Pete. Prove me wrong. I'm going with Kyle Schwarber right now as my pick to win the 2022 MLB home run derby. I would love to know your guys' opinions, your predictions down in the comment section below. If you want to fill out the bracket for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description, as well as a link to DraftKings Sportsbook. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the content coming at you. Make sure you follow me on all my social media at GiraffeNeckMarc. Links in the description. That's where I'll wrap up today's video. You guys know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload. Click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another video. Bye.